Langkah pertama dua peninju sebelum turun di arena Larkin esok untuk merebut tali pinggang Bridgerweight WBC Asia 2022, peninju negara Farhan Harun dan lawannya Yusof Manvadi perlu melepasi weigh-in dengan range antara 92 hingga 105 kg. Dan apa saya boleh katakan tentang perlawanan ini adalah ia akan menjadi satu pertarungan yang sengit. Kalau kita lihat, ini bakal menjadi perlawanan pertama Farhan selepas 3 tahun tidak beraksi di atas gelanggang. Manakala bagi pihak lawannya Yusof, dia telah merangkul 2 kejohanan tahun ini dengan keputusan knockout. Jadi sudah pasti ia akan menjadi satu pertarungan yang sengit, apatah lagi kalau kita lihat statistik kedua-dua peninju ini. Farhan Harun berumur 34 tahun telah merekodkan sebanyak 11 knockout sepanjang kariernya dan berada di ketinggian 5 kaki 9, manakala reach dia merupakan lebih kurang 75 inci dan juga merupakan juara Asia Cruiserweight WBA. Manakala bagi pihak lawannya Yusof Manvadi berumur 33 tahun dan telah merekodkan sebanyak 6 knockout dan berada di ketinggian 6 kaki, mempunyai reach lebih kurang seperti Farhan iaitu 80 inci, 5 inci lebih daripada Farhan dan menggunakan southpaw stance untuk perlawanan-perlawanannya. Selain itu, kalau kita lihat perancangan Farhan Harun untuk perlawanan pada esok malam adalah ia ingin menarik perlawanan tersebut sehingga sejauh mana boleh, iaitu kalau boleh sehingga 10 pusingan, manakala ini disebabkan adalah kerana Yusof Manvadi mempunyai rekod untuk menamatkan perlawanan-perlawanan dia dengan keputusan knockout sehingga keputusan knockout pada pusingan keempat. Jadi tanpa melengahkan masa, kita boleh terus kepada percara proses timbang berat antara Yusof Manvadi dan Farhan Harun. Sampai kalau kita lihat peninju-peninju baru tiba di venue proses timbang berat dan Farhan Harun baru saja tiba lagi. Sebentar saja lagi kita akan bermula. Farhan telah tiba dengan pasukannya iaitu fitness trainer dan juga jurulatihnya, manakala Yusof Manvadi juga pun telah tiba dengan trainer dan juga jurulatihnya. Juga tidak melupakan bahawa terdapat juga pertarungan-pertarungan lain seperti co-main event dan beberapa 3 perlawanan lagi. Jadi kita akan bermula sebentar lagi, tidak lama lagi. Saya sudah pasti ini akan menjadi satu perlawanan yang sengit. 5-5 perlawanan ini merupakan perlawanan yang sangat menarik. Tetapi maksudnya kita masih mempunyai masalah teknikal di sini. Tetapi apa yang saya boleh katakan, Farhan juga mempunyai light heavyweight WBC title. Dan kameraman saya akan pusing kepada ketibaan peninju-peninju. Sikit lagi. Bagi perlawanan pertama antara untuk Johor International Boxing Challenge ni, Johan Singgalingging akan bertemu dengan Walid Salim. Itu merupakan perlawanan pertama bagi Johor International Boxing Challenge, manakala perlawanan kedua adalah Osama Ahmiti menentang satu lagi peninju, dan perlawanan keempat iaitu co-main event akan di antara Hebi Marapu daripada Indonesia menentang Al Toyo Gon daripada Philippines, dan Hebi Marapu mempunyai rekod sebanyak 12 knockout, manakala Altoyogon mempunyai sebanyak 9 rekod knockout dengan ketinggian Hebi Marapu berada di 5 kaki 5, manakala ketinggian Altoyogon berada di ketinggian 5 kaki 4. Reach mereka juga lebih kurang sama seperti perlawanan Fahan dan Yusof Manbadi, tidak begitu jauh dengan dan ini berita terbaru bahawa proses timbang berat telah pun bersedia untuk bermula. Jadi tanpa melengahkan masa, kita akan bermula dengan proses timbang berat sekarang.
Okay, a very good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us here today. We are now coming to you live from the Grand Ballroom here at the Thistle Hotel here in Johor Bahru, ahead of tomorrow's JIBC, Johor International Boxing Championship 2022. And it's brought to you by Johor's #1 boxing promoter, FH Promotions, and it is commissioned by the Malaysian Professional Boxing Federation. I'm your master of ceremonies for today. I'm Anil Lalagu, and I will also be the ring announcer officiating the pageantries for tomorrow's show, when it comes on live at no other than Astro Arena, Channel 801. So good morning and welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Saturday morning as we prepare ourselves for the official weigh-in / official press conference ahead of tomorrow's JIBC. So before I proceed with the official weigh-in, may I first please have the pleasure to call upon to join me up here at the press conference table. First up, the Secretary General of the MPBF. Please welcome Mr. Vivekan Dhanapalan. Next up, let's welcome the entourage and also the fighter facing the opponent in the main event from Iran, fighting out of Istanbul, Turkey. Here is Yusuf Muhammad Osman Vandi. All right, so it seems like we'll have to have the weigh-in first. So, Yusuf, can you come up in front? Yusuf? All right, so for those of you watching us live, this will be the official weigh-in for tomorrow's main event. It's 8 rounds of boxing for the WBC Asia Bridgerweight Championship, the first ever Bridgerweight Championship to be held in Asia. The first one was held by the WBC for the world title featuring Oscar Rivas. So now, Yusuf Muhammad Osman Vandi will be facing his opponent tomorrow. He comes in with a fantastic record of 6 victories, 2 defeats, 1 bout even, 6 wins by knockout, 100% knockout ratio. He hits on the scales and he weighs in at 99 kilos, within the Bridgerweight limit for Yusuf Muhammad Osman Vandi. And now let's call about his opponent. He is the golden boy, the fighting pride of Johor. Undefeated, 11 fights, 11 victories. Standing 5'9" tall, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the former WBC APCO light heavyweight champion, the ABF cruiserweight champion, and the reigning and defending WBC Asia cruiserweight champion, known as the Southern Tiger, Muhammad Farhan Haru. 101.6 kilos for Farhan Haroon within the Bridger weight limit. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia, Astro Arena 801. Fights as a pro, has 6 victories, with all 6 victories coming by way of knockout. So it's not a 50-50 fight. It's a fight that can either go both ways in the opening rounds. So let's wait and see what happens. So the members of the media will be opening up the floor for you to pose some questions. Tomorrow's show will feature 5 bouts. 3 undercards, 1 co-main event, which will be brought to you by XBC Sport Tech, and also, of course, the main event, which will be brought to you by FH Promotions, the proud presenter, the organizer of the inaugural JIBC. Now, of course, JIBC was intended to be a yearly event, which was spearheaded and championed by Malaysia's only fighting pride, Farhan, but because we were clouded by the pandemic for a couple of years, we just couldn't make it a succession. So with that, it gives me great joy to be back here in this beautiful city of Johor, city of champions in the south. We're not only known for our soccer, but we're also known for our boxing. Not only amateur boxing, but professional boxing. And a big round of applause for Farhan for putting Johor Bahru back on the world map again in terms of boxing. So before we go ahead with the press conference, may I please once again have the honor to introduce the man who is championing professional boxing here on behalf of the Malaysian Professional Boxing Commission, Mr. Vivekan Dhanabalan. Vivekan, over to you to say a couple of words, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me here, and it's a pleasure to have Malaysian Professional Boxing Federation here. And I would like to thank the promoter who took the initiative to ensure that the professional boxing taking part in this tournament, and at the same time it is governed by us, and we would like to give you the assurance that this entire tournament is governed and sanctioned by Malaysian Professional Federation, Boxing Federation, yeah? So I'll give back to Anil here. Thanks, Anil. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Vivekan. So, as Mr. Vivekan rightfully said, it is important that a nation not only has boxing promoters that promote professional boxing, but we also give it a lot of importance to have a commission that oversees the safety and also the longevity of the sport of professional boxing in every nation. So, huge thank you and great kudos to you, Mr. Vivegan, for doing a great job in ensuring the sustainability of professional boxing. And now, let's get into the fight itself. It gives me great joy to talk about this. Now, a quick backstory. Malaysia, or rather Asia, is not a region in this world that is known for big boys fighting in boxing. We've always seen either flyweights or bantamweights or super lightweights or welterweights at the most with Manny Pacquiao fight at the highest level. But it's something pretty bizarre to see big boys putting a name for Asia back on the world map. And that's what's happening right here in JIBC. It's very rare that you have Asian fighters fighting at a weight division that's probably beyond super middleweight. But this time around, these guys have just passed beyond light heavyweight, moved beyond cruiserweight, and got into the bridgerweight division. So the bridgerweight division is a division created by the WBC to actually give way for disenfranchised fighters who couldn't find a name for themselves to fight in the heavyweight division to become champions. Back in the days, 20, 30 years ago, the average height of a heavyweight champion was probably about 5'11" with Mike Tyson to 6'2", or probably 6'3" with Buster Douglas or Riddick Bowe. But as time went on, heavyweights are just getting bigger, with Anthony Joshua hitting 6'6", Tyson Fury towering at 7 feet. So what are we going to do with all of these young boys who still weigh at heavyweight? So which is why Mr. Mauricio Suleiman, the president of the WBC, took the initiative to pass a new weight division in boxing, not in boxing, to be precise, in the WBC, and called it the Bridgerweight division. And ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow in Johor, we will be making history with the first ever regional Bridgerweight title here in Johor. So that's a quick backstory about the title. So the title that these two men are fighting for are not just an average title. It's for the WBC Avco Bridgerweight title. And if either guy wins this title tomorrow, they will go down in history as the first ever fighter to win the WBC Asia Bridgerweight title. And perhaps make it a name for themselves in the world championships and the world rankings in the Bridgerweight division. So enough of that. Let's now get into the fight. So tomorrow, Muhammad Farhan, on my right, will be facing his opponent, Yusuf Muhammad Usman Vandi, on my left. Both guys have not seen each other, but there's a lot of animosity. In terms of body and reach advantage, probably Yusuf has it. But in terms of experience, grit, not much ring rust. Now, don't get me wrong, both guys have not been in the ring for quite a while, but they still have it. You know why? Why am I saying this? Because they have a 100% knockout ratio. And in boxing, you know what we say? If you're a born whacker, you can whack. Even if you turn 50 or 60, you can whack. Example, George Foreman. So without further ado, I want to pose my first question to Yusuf. Yusuf, how have you been preparing and coming up for this fight?
من برای مبارزه زحمت زیادی کشیدم. در ابتدا باید به فرخان تسلیت بگم برای فوت مادرش.
Sorry for Muhammad Farhan mother, he gets so sorry for that.
و بعد از اینم برای ملت می جنگم، برای ایران، برای کشور می جنگم.
Then after he will fight for his country, for his people.
و با تمام قدرت مبارزه میکنم.
Then he will try he's the best.
So Yusuf, you've had a winning streak of being stopping your fighters within the first couple of rounds by knocking them out. Do you think that you still have what it takes tomorrow to knock Farhan out? Or are you prepared to go the distance in this fight?
میگه مثلا منظورش اینه که فردا فکر می‌کنی ناکود می‌کنی یا مثلا چطور پیش میاد فردا؟
من تلاش میکنم که بهترین مبارزه‌ای که میتونم اجرا بکنم.
He will try is the best for what he can do.
فرخان مبارز خوبیه.
Farhan is the best fighter.
و من خوشحالم که اینجا دارم با او
Then he's
مبارزه
very happy
میکنم.
he's here for fight.
So you have a lot of respect for Farhan.
Sure.
All right, so thank you very much. So let's move on to Farhan now. Farhan, first of all, my deepest condolences to you. I didn't want to say much about what happened before because I didn't want to slow you down at the weigh-in. So my condolences to you, my friend. Sorry on the loss of your mother. I know it must be hard, but I want to say something to you. It's at moments like these that make ordinary athletes great. Is when you're faced with adversity. Not adversity inside the ring, but it's the adversity outside the ring. The things that stop you, the things that doesn't really give you that desire to come back in the ring, but you still beat against the odds. To come here today in front of live TV, to appear in front of everyone to fight. Talk to us about your emotional state of mind right now, Farhan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to everyone. First of all, yes, it's a big loss for me after my mom passed away in the last 2 days. And actually, this is the toughest time, my critical time ever as a professional boxer. Whenever I fight here before, she always here with me. Because these last few days, my mom just passed away, but I am 100% ready for this fight. I will give my everything. With the spirit of my mom, for the whole of Johorian and Malaysians, I'll give my best for this fight.
Absolutely, Farhan. I'm beyond sure that she'll be looking over you tomorrow when you step in the ring tomorrow. Farhan, you've been inactive, like I said before, but you had a name for yourself. You're undefeated, 11-0, 100% knockout ratio. I think everyone wants to know, what has Muhammad Farhan been doing to maintain that undefeated streak? Talk to us about your training regime. How have you been preparing yourself for this fight?
As for this fight, I'm preparing myself. I lose weight. I lost weight for 21 kilogram in these 2 months, and yes, it's a big sacrifice for myself, and I'll make sure I'll bring this belt in front of me for the whole country.
Yusuf Muhammad says that he's got a lot of respect for you. So are you going to take your time to give him a shot for the first couple of rounds? Or, I'm going to open this out right now. Are you not going to waste any time? Just finish tonight.
We have our plan with the tactical, with our tactical, as we discussed with the team. We are going for the 10 round. And if there is there's some possibility for me to knock him down earlier, yes, and that's it, sure. But anyhow, we will just focus with our game plan, with our team discussion before. We just stick to the 10 round, to finish the 10 round. And yes, this one and also have a 100% knockout record. But for me, the best man win tomorrow.
The best man may win. So in boxing, it's about the best prepared man, but everything can just change after ding-ding round one. One punch can just end the night. So Yusuf Muhammad Usman Wandi, my personal message to you is congratulations. You've come this far. In only your 9th professional fight, you've now come to a position where you're fighting for a title. And on the other hand, Farhan, I also want to congratulate you that you've come this far. I've had the pleasure of announcing for most of your professional fights, from the time you won your first title in front of the Crown Prince of Johor, it was a proud moment, and I'm sure you will continuously and perpetually make Johorians proud. You're the fighting pride of the nation. Congratulations. Now, Farhan, moving away a little bit from tomorrow's fight, I also want you to speak a little bit about the future plans of JIBC and FH Promotions. What do you plan to do in developing professional boxing here? Okay, maybe Muhammad Ali can take up that question. Yeah.
All right. Actually, regarding this JIBC, we have been promoting this event since 2017 and 2019, and also now for the 3rd time in 2022. And we are planning to keep continuing doing this thing because it helps us to promote a young new talent about boxing. So, and one more thing, if you ask me about FH promotion, even though if let's say Farhan is planning something because he's already now 34 years old, so we will still have our young talent to compete in boxing, and FH promotion will not just end in the IBCTC.
So do we have in line a strong stable of fighters who will take on the fort after Farhan?
Sure, yes, we have. We have a very good young talent because we, from FX Promotion, we have a very good connection with Johor Boxing Sport Association. So we have the same boxer from Sukma team, and we can promote them to the professional boxing career.
All right, so that we had it from Mr. Muhammad Ali, the representative from FH Promotions. And for those of you watching us on Astro Arena Channel 801, once again, you're now watching the official press conference. We just concluded the weigh-in. The weights are done for tomorrow's main event. Muhammad Farhan versus Yusuf Muhammad Usman Mandi for the WBC Asian Boxing Council Bridgerweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, boxing is a sport of seconds or perhaps even milliseconds. Ding ding round one, the fight can end, or the fight could probably go the distance. Unlike soccer, where it takes 90 minutes. That's why the drama in boxing is still alive till today. Look at the world right now. You still have boxers going up to earn about $1 million after a fight compared to other athletes in combat sports. So boxing is not a dying sport. It's still a sport that's relevant, and it's still a sport that can resonate to everyone. Because when tomorrow Farhan steps into the ring, it's not only his fight, it's our fight. It's everyone's fight out there who wants to make a name for themselves in life. So ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I leave you and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm the ring announcer, Anil Kumar. Seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye. So with that, we'll be having another official face-off between Farhan and Yusuf for the television audience. So Farhan, please take your stance. And Yusuf, you can take your stand as well. And we want the front space here to be clear. If possible, we can only have the supervisor and the promoter and also the entourage to face off one another. And if I can make it official again, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing for the WBC Asian Boxing Council Bridgerweight Championship. Muhammad Farhan versus Yusuf Muhammadios Manwandi. All right, break them up. We have no more for the fight, guys. All right, boys. That's it.
Jadi